In the last episode of this CB1100F build, we focused on the front end by fitting the CBR 600 forks to the 1100F frame. Now it's time to focus on the rear and figure out how to get this modern CBR 600 swing arm in place of the old one. To start, we need to take some material off the sides of it so it can physically fit into the frame. So let's jump in and get to work.
Our new mill's pretty nice. I made a hole.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
All right, here's the fresh part Seth has made. So this is going to be the first of two adapters to step down from the factory bearings on the whatever swing arm this is. So move the bearing in, and then there's a seal, and then there is a little lip here. So that's for this little groove here. And then we have a C-clip, and it should be spaced out about a 1/2 mil to full mil from the outside here, and that will go against the frame. So fit it.
Oh boy. That fit pretty nice.
It's not really sticking out. Of course, it can come out a little bit, which I think is what we wanted, because I didn't want it up against the seal. So that works. Now, if we can actually get that thing in there.
Okay. So close.
That was the diameter we're worried about. It is very, very close.
It's like right there.
Well, we'll have to mess with it. So walk us through the plan.
Well, the plan is that's going to go in that hole, and that's going to go in that hole and that hole.
That's as technical as we're getting. You guys got to deal with it. All right, now why are we doing what we're doing?
Well, because ideally you don't want your swing arm to flop all over the place when you're riding, because that's kind of inconvenient. So we machined this spacer here to have a lip in it. It's where it'll seat up against.
Here, pull that out.
To where it'll sit up against the bearing like that. That'll be driven into the swing arm and holding everything in place.
Yeah, so the whole idea with this bearing, it was in there originally, may have been on this side, but is to keep the swing arm, like having an anchor point to keep it from moving back and forth. Now, of course, we did make this bushing to seat up against that C-clip, and that's fine, cool and stuff, but you know, that's going to keep the swing arm from going that way, but there's nothing to keep it from going that way, and I don't want this surface to just be buttoned up against a seal. So we have to we have to lock the swing arm in one way or another. So that's what this bearing is for. We are going to have to make a little spacer to go between this and the original bronze because I cut it a little short.
Yeah, that's okay.
But yeah, getting ready to drive that bearing in to there, and then we'll install this bearing, and then we might be able to get the seal on there. I don't know. We'll see. But time to go for it.
Go for it.
I'd help, but I'm holding the camera.
That's okay. Look, it makes me feel manly, okay? Swinging hammers.
We're the soy boys, remember? We're not manly enough.
No.
We gotta swing hammers. There it is.
Cool.
Sweet. Okay, the last piece is in. So with no tension on it, just has a little wiggle side to side, but that will be taken up by the time you tighten this bolt. So we've got our ridge here. The C-clip is on the outside of it there, and that is going to keep the swing arm from going that way. And then this bearing essentially is going to be keeping the swing arm from going either direction. So yeah, we have this machine so it kind of slides into the inner diameter of the bearing. So that's awesome. So let's go ahead and fit this thing.
Let's.
It's got the peg brackets on here. This thing is tightened down, and oh my gosh, it's so good. There's no slack, but it just glides. So factory 1100F peg brackets clear just fine. It looks like we have plenty of space for the master. Over here, I think we're gonna be good. So we gotta at least try to mount this wheel. Ooh. Oh, it's spicy.
You're home.
So that caliper bracket and everything and wheel is off of the other swing arm. I think it's like for a couple years older or something, right?
It's like an 04 and this swing arm's an 07 plus. They're slightly different.
So like the shock design and linkage is a little different, so we got to figure all that out. No big deal. This thing looks so sick. So the wheel looks like it's very squared up in the frame. The shock mount looks like it's kind of offset or something. So that's interesting. But Seth has got some crankcases he's going to bring over, and we're going to start confirming chain alignment, which should be very close to stock, actually. We will see. But this is looking damn good. So this thing is looking pretty damn fantastic, if I don't say so myself.
I would agree.
So what do we got sitting in here?
Well, we got an engine, or part of it, the spirit of an engine.
It's like, I don't know, I feel like there's something missing.
But we got the lower crankcase half in and the output shaft, and that is so we can see what our alignment looks like.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of engineering to get the actual sprocket aligned with the output shaft up front. So from here, it looks like the output shaft is that way. So we'll have to get either an offset sprocket, or maybe we can, you know, get this in a mill or something and get that, you know, sprocket set inboard a little bit more. We'll just have to play with it, but we're gonna figure it out. So what do you got going on next with this thing? What's like our next step?
I got a used shock and a rear caliper and bracket ordered. In fact, it should be arriving today.
And then we got to work on the linkage.
But yeah, there's a linkage and shock that's on the way for the swing arm.
You guys saw that caliper bracket does not fit this swing arm, but the spacing's correct, so we'll get that on there. Man, this is looking good. Really happy with these bushings. I know we didn't cover a whole lot in the video, but you know, we're just kind of figuring out in the moment, and can't really show you guys how to do it when we haven't done it ourselves.
Well, now we done did it.
But this is definitely a really fun project to kind of engineer and stuff. And right now this thing has got me fired up for my GS 550 build I've been talking about for an eternity. But yeah, it's got me really motivated to kind of jump on that thing and kind of do the same stuff. Do a resto mod and put some modern suspension on an old frame and engine transplant and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, a shorter, kind of just less in-depth video for you guys, but we'll definitely be showing more updates to this bike as we go. So I hope you guys are excited about it. Hope you liked the video, and hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.